everyone. We are here with me, Talia, and Yoshi, and Adina is somewhere playing around in the room, and we have DeMarcos who is taking the video.
Playing with dolls.
Yeah, she's playing with dolls. And this evening we're going to read you the hardest word. This is a Yom Kippur story, but it's like a story that's good for any time, right? And
yeah.
Yoshi picked it out for us tonight. The hardest word. A long time ago, the world had many large and fabulous creatures. One of those creatures was a gigantic yellow bird with dark wings and a purple forehead. He was called the Ziz.
Red.
They're red, yep.
What with the dog?
He was called the Ziz. The Ziz was so huge that when he spread out his wings,
a giant bird.
that's right, he blocked the sun as if he were a dark rain cloud. Every time he flew over a town, all the mothers and fathers would call to their children, "Come inside quickly before it rains." This made the big Ziz sad. He loved children and didn't want to spoil their playtime. So the Ziz started flying around at night when no one would notice that he made the sky dark with his gigantic wings. That worked fine for a while. Then one night the big Ziz flew too high and he bumped into a star. Sizzle, snap, bang! The star fell out of the sky and down to earth. It burned a big hole in the ground. The next morning when the Ziz saw the big hole,
I want to see him.
I'll go back to him. The next morning when the Ziz saw the big hole, he was worried. What can I do to cover this hole? He asked himself. He thought about it for a while and came up with an idea. He stretched his huge wings and went back into the sky. This time he knocked down a cloud. Plop! The cloud was full of rain and it filled the big hole with water. Now the big hole was a lovely pond, perfect for swimming. All the children came running to the pond, screaming with delight. It was a hot, sunny day, and they had a wonderful time splashing and playing in the water. That mistake is all fixed, the Ziz smiled. One day, however, the Ziz made a mistake he could not fix. How can they see you? Right there. The camera on the phone. It was the week before Yom Kippur. He was flying along, not watching where he was going, and he flew smack into the tallest pine tree in the world. Boom! The tree fell over and knocked over another tree. That tree knocked down another tree, and that tree fell on the vegetable garden behind the synagogue.
Oh no.
Smash, squash, oops. Oh no! The Ziz covered his eyes with his big wings. Not the vegetable garden, it belongs to the children. The Ziz uncovered his eyes to look at the damage. The tomatoes, the corn, the pumpkins, the beans, the gourds, the squash, all the vegetables the children had worked so hard to plant were smashed to bits.
We're at 7% battery.
Uh-oh.
Oh. No,
I can't knock down a cloud and fix this, the Ziz cried. The Ziz flew home and sat in his own garden to think. He had watched the children plant their vegetable garden. Every year they harvested the fruits to decorate their sukkah. What will the children do this year? The Ziz spread out his big wings and flew off to have a chat with God. The Ziz had a special place where he liked to talk to God. It was Mount Sinai. The Ziz was so huge that when he stood on Mount Sinai, his purple feathered head reached right up into heaven. "What have you done this time?" God asked as soon as he saw the Ziz. This was not the first time the Ziz had come to Mount Sinai after making a mistake. "I knocked over a big tree. It knocked over another tree. That tree smashed a vegetable garden." "The children's garden?" God questioned. Yes, this is admitted, hanging his head. That's a problem, God said. I can't knock down a cloud and make this better. No, you
But
can't,
they
God
wouldn't
agreed.
grow.
They would regrow, that's true.
Listen, God.
We'll talk about it after, okay, buddy? I want you to do something for me, God said. Anything, Ziz promised. I want you to search the earth and bring back the hardest word. The hardest word? The Ziz questioned. Yes, God answered. Now go. The Ziz stretched his big wings and went off to search. He flew over mountains, he flew over trees, he flew over valleys, he flew over seas. Flop, flop, I'm the biggest bird, flop, flop, searching for the hardest word. After searching the whole day, the Ziz stopped to rest at the edge of a forest. In a little house nearby, he heard a mother and a child arguing. I don't want to go to bed, the little boy said. You need your rest, the mother said. I'm not tired, the little boy cried. Good night, the mother said firmly, closing the door.
We should pause there.
Do you want to get the charger? I'll
Picture.
hold it. Want to get the charger and we can move over here?
Okay.
Picture.
So everybody can see me still?
Hopefully.
The picture?
The picture.
We're getting a charger, so one moment. That's it. Ziz flapped his wings. The hardest word. I found it. Yes, that's right, Adina.
Yes, we're gonna. Yes, Adina, we'll read your book next.
Okay. Good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Real life. Real life. Okay. That's
I got it.
think we found a pumpkin. Ziz flew as fast as he could to Mount Sinai. With great excitement, he put his bird feet down on top and poked his purple-footed head up into heaven. I found it! The hardest word. What is it? God asked. It's good night. Every child hates that word.
I might.
Ziz did a dance right on top of Mount Sinai. He loved being right. Good night is a hard word for children, God agreed. I knew it, this is danced. But there is another word, even harder, God said. There is? Ziz slumped over disappointed. There is, God declared. Go and find it. So the Ziz spread out his mighty wings and went off to search.
You.
He flew over mountains, he flew over trees, he flew over valleys, he flew over seas. Flap, flap, I'm the biggest bird, flap, flap, searching for the hardest word. After searching all day, Ziz stopped at a big feast on the grounds of a castle. He listened. So many people talking, he felt sure someone would say the hardest word. I'm hungry, a little girl said to her mother. May I have some biscotti, please? The mother smiled. Oh, you want spaghetti. That's it. Ziz realized, I've got it now.
Here she can. No, it's good.
He spread out his great big wings and flew back to Mount Sinai. He planted his bird feet on the mountain and poked his purple-feathered head into heaven. I know the hardest word, he sang. What is it? God asked.
Adina,
It's
Adina.
spaghetti.
look.
Ziz hopped up and down on one foot. Standing still was hard, especially when he was excited. Spaghetti is a hard word to say, God agreed. Didn't I tell you? Ziz hopped some more. But there's another word even harder, God said. There is? Ziz slumped over disappointed. There is, God declared. Go out and find it. The Ziz stretched his big wings and went back out to search. The Ziz searched for 3 more days. He brought back lots of words to Mount Sinai. Words like rock, rhinoceros, ridiculous, and Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Each time, God sent the Ziz back out to find another word. Oh, I missed that part. Let's just repeat it. Okay. By the evening of Yom Kippur, the Ziz had brought over 100 words to Mount Sinai. God had not accepted any of them. The Ziz was discouraged. He had tried and tried. He flew back to Mount Sinai to have one more discussion with God. Yes, you're funny. What word did you bring this time? God asked. No word. Zis said quietly. No word? God asked. No. Zis said sadly. I've come to say I'm sorry. I can't find the hardest word. You can't? God asked. No. Zis shook his head. I'm sorry. You're sorry? God asked. Yes, Ziz nodded, his big purple head. I'm sorry. Good job, God said.
Adina, shh. Come on
You
over.
found the hardest word. I did? Now the Ziz was confused. Yes, God said. The hardest word is sorry. Adina, it's okay. Well, all the words you brought to me were hard. Sorry is the hardest. I always say I'm sorry on Yom Kippur, the Ziz said. Well, you should say it other times too, God answered. Like when I smashed the garden, Ziz asked.
Adina.
That's right, God said. The Ziz thanked God and pulled his breath out of the head
Yoshi.
of the heaven.
Yoshi, stop that for now.
Then he spread out his great big wings and flew back to the children's garden. On the way he stopped at his own garden
Shh, shh, shh.
and gathered a big basket of fruits and vegetables for the children.
Oh, Adina, here, come with me.
I'm so tired.
Okay, come on up here. This is going well.
Time to say the hardest word.
Sorry for our videography.
Well, that's a real bedtime, right? All right, that was the hardest word about the Ziz. Everybody want to say goodbye? We hope you all have a good night and Laila Tov. Sleep well, everybody. If your name is Adina, sleep the whole night through, please. We would love that. And all the other children out there, too. Take care.
Good night.
Laila Tov.
Good night and sorry.